10 Weird Facts About Your Tongue. Throughout the day, we employ our tongues for a multitude of tasks. Eating, speaking, tasting, and swallowing are all activities that require the use of your tongue. However, despite its importance, many people remain unaware of the details of their own tongue, likely due to the fact that it is rarely given much consideration. Some of the facts below are so surprising that you may be left with your tongue hanging out of your mouth. So grab a snack, practice your tongue twisters, and get ready to find out some facts that might leave you tongue-tied. Let's explore 10 weird facts about your tongue. Number 10. Your tongue has the most flexible muscles in your body. It is often mistakenly believed that the tongue is the most powerful muscle in the body, but this is not accurate. Generally speaking, the heart is regarded as the strongest muscle. Nevertheless, the tongue is one of the most sensitive muscles we possess. A hot sip of coffee or a bite of overly warm food can demonstrate just how sensitive the tongue is to high temperatures. The tongue also contains the most agile muscles in the body. Consider how your tongue can be moved in an up, down, backward, and forward motion. It can even locate tiny morsels of food wedged between the teeth and remove them. Approximately 80% of the population is able to make their tongues into a tube shape, something you may have discovered from your kindergarten friends. Even if this isn't possible for you, your tongue is still the most agile muscle in your body. It's best not to attempt to roll any other muscles. The tongue's remarkable flexibility is just the first interesting fact about these wiggling, tasting mouth muscles. Number 9. Your tongue cannot taste without saliva. Your tongue is truly amazing, but without saliva, you would hardly be able to taste anything. Your salivary glands produce saliva, stimulating your tongue's taste buds. Why not try it for yourself? After wiping your tongue with a paper towel or napkin, try to eat something dry like a pretzel or a corn chip. You probably won't be able to taste much. Now, try the experiment again without wiping your tongue and have a drink of water. This time, you will be able to taste it. To experience an even better result, try something sour like a lemon or lime. You may not notice its sourness until your salivary glands are stimulated and your taste buds start working. Incredible! In most cases, with a dry mouth, the first thing you will experience is a salty taste. This is due to the quick and easy dissolution of salt in water, or saliva. The human tongue is remarkable, but without saliva, we would not be able to taste anything. Number 8. You cannot see taste buds with the naked eye. It is understandable why people usually think of the tongue when they hear the words, taste buds, since it is estimated that the tongue can contain anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 of them. However, these buds can also be found in the back of the throat, nose, and upper esophagus. Taste buds are not visible without the aid of a microscope. They are too tiny. People often assume the small bumps on the tongue are taste buds, but in actuality, these are papillae. Generally, a tongue has between 200 to 400 papillae, most commonly located on the sides and tip. Each papilla often contains 3 to 6 taste buds beneath it. Despite their significance to experiencing the flavor of food, taste buds cannot be seen by the human eye. Number 7. Everyone has a unique tongue print. Just like snowflakes, no two human tongues are exactly alike. Each person's tongue has their own individual tongue print, an arrangement of taste buds and papillae that is unique to them. Additionally, tongues can vary in size, shape, and flexibility. Due to the distinctive nature of a person's tongue, scientists and researchers are looking into ways to use a tongue print as a biometric verification tool. Instead of scanning a fingerprint, you would be able to use your tongue to identify yourself. They are also trying to figure out how to keep it hygienic. In the future, it is possible that extending your tongue won't be used as an insult, but instead, it could be used for purposes such as entering your workplace, accessing your bank account, voting, and more. Number 6. About 25% of the world are super tasters. Approximately 25% of the population are identified as super tasters, individuals with an enhanced capacity for taste. These superheroes most notably demonstrate this power when consuming particularly bitter foods. For example, the compound 6N-propylthiouracil, PROP, can be detected by super tasters. Around a quarter of the population are unable to detect PROP, and are thus referred to as non-tasters. Regardless of whether you are a super taster, a non-taster, or neither, the tongue is an impressive muscle. Number 5. The average tongue is about 3 inches long. The individual character of tongues results in considerable differences in size. Generally, male tongues are longer than those of females, with an average length of 8.4 centimeters, 3.3 in, for males and 7.9 centimeters, 3.1 in, for females. In contrast, a chameleon's tongue can extend up to twice its body length, and the average length of a giraffe's tongue is 61 centimeters, 24 inches. Measuring a human tongue, not recommended, involves taking the distance from the tip of the tongue to the epiglottis, the flap of cartilage at the back of the tongue. Despite the fact that not everyone has had their tongue length checked, Nick Stoberl, an American, holds the world record for longest tongue. His remarkable tongue was found to be 10.08 centimeters, nearly 4 inches, in length, a full inch longer than the typical global average. I'm curious if he is also a super taster. Number 4. Your tongue can get fat. Maintaining a healthy weight that one is satisfied with is something many individuals find difficult. We all know that fat can accumulate in our bellies, hips, faces, and legs. However, did you know that our tongues can become fat as well? It's true. Results show that tongues contain a large amount of fat. Therefore, if someone is gaining weight, a portion of that weight is being stored in their tongue. Researchers have moreover discovered a relation between obesity and sleep apnea. An overweight or enlarged tongue can impede breathing while sleeping and lead to serious medical issues. But, your tongue can be used to diagnose health issues other than just its weight. Number 3. Your tongue can indicate health issues. Doctors can use the state of a person's tongue to gain valuable insight into their medical condition. This is why when visiting a physician, one of the first things they do is take a look at the tongue, usually after saying, "Ah." Here are some signs they may be searching for. A tongue that is bright red could point to a lack of certain vitamins and minerals, such as B12 and folic acid, as well as diseases including scarlet fever and Kawasaki disease. A black tongue, or one with hair-like growths, is usually a sign of bacterial growth and can be linked to diabetes or chemotherapy. White patches could indicate leukoplakia or an oral yeast infection. Large, painful bumps on the tongue may be canker sores, or, in rare cases, an early sign of oral cancer. Ideally, the tongue will be pink and free of bumps, which is indicative of good health. Number 2. The tongue contains the only muscles that move independently of the skeleton. Our tongue is made up of 8 muscles that form a muscular hydrostat. This type of organ is also found in other organisms, such as octopus tentacles, elephant trunks, and reptile tongues. Interestingly, our human tongue can move independently of the rest of our body. We can move it up and down, curl it, and side to side without moving any other part of our body. This is a peculiar feature of one of our most peculiar organs. Number 1. Children's tongues experience flavors more intensely than adults. Do you ever reminisce about when you first tried ice cream? It probably seemed like the most delectable dessert you'd ever tasted. But now, this could just be fond memories. The truth is, you may never experience that same flavor again. That's because our taste buds evolve as our bodies mature. Children have the same amount of taste buds as adults, but their tongues are significantly smaller. This leads to a much higher concentration of taste receptor cells, which is why kids are often seen as picky eaters. As they get older, their tastes will develop and they may become more open to bitter foods they didn't used to like. How strange!